John Barnett wrote in and said, "Hey, Sacred Crew, I must push back." So I want to get to the bottom of this. This is actually an important thing for us. And we're going to do it today. We're Sacred Symbols. We're the biggest PlayStation podcast. We are going to set the cadence for everyone else right now. He says, "I must push back on the constant referring to Jim Ryan as Cryin Jim. After he flew to Brussels to talk to regulators about Call of Duty, this kind of name calling is reprehensible. For the love of God, his name is Jim Cryin." Now, there are multiple options here. Jim Cryin, Cryin Jim. I think Cryin Jim is far superior to Jim Cryin. I understand the alliteration, like you're trying to like play on his name, but calling him Cryin Jim allows you to call him Cryin Jim or Cryin Jim Ryan. Getting the back end rhyme.
Yeah,
Cryin Jim Ryan.
Right?
Yeah.
So calling him Cryin Jim, I feel like, I mean, that's staying, as far as I'm concerned, Jim Ryan is Cryin Jim. That's like his Indian name. And that's going to be his name forever.
His Indian. I think he really. I think it feels like when Trump was on the. It's like a little Marco.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Little Marco, Lion Ted.
Ted Cruz. It's like almost clever, but not really at all.
It's not clever at all. It's just an observation and a name. Like, and it's not even like a particularly deep observation. It's just like Little Marco. It's like, yeah. That's it. That was such a weird time when he was just making up all those names. And
it's gonna come. God, I hope not, but there's a decent chance we're gonna be dealing with this man again, and who knows what kind of
it's gonna be
names he's come up with. What was Hillary? Hillary was Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary. Yeah.
Crooked Hillary.
You got to say this. That man. Say what you will about him, good or bad. I have lots of things to say, good or bad, about him, but he definitely knew how to market.
He was funny.
You know? He is funny. That's exactly right. He's
objectively funny. He was not a good president. Although I would argue it's been probably like decades since we've had a good president.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
He was definitely one of the funniest presidents. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think, you know what, I'm going to go on board and say that I think Cryin Jim is better. Yeah. I understand the alliteration. I understand the pun. But I don't know. Jim Cryin almost sounds like you're having a stroke. It almost sounds like you don't know what you're trying to say. You know? But Cryin Jim is like there's no mistake.
Right. I love it.
Cryin Jim Ryan.
Cryin Jim.
Flying to Brussels.
Yeah. He's always flying to Brussels. He flies to Brussels and complains. That's okay. That's fine.
Wow.
The great city of Brussels.
Then he goes on a 5-minute tangent about Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.